Hello, everyone, and welcome to our seventh episode of Girl Edition. Today will be a little bit of a different episode as we are going to talk about our personal experiences of what we went through with this last winter storm that hit us last week. But first, before we jump into that, let's meet everyone. Hi, I am Jessica Larry.
Hi everyone, I'm Lauren Faria.
Hi guys, I am Laurel Jones.
And today we are missing Kim because she's feeling a little bit under the weather, but she will be back with us for next episode. So, jumping right into the first question, the question I have for you guys is how hard do your town get hit? Because I know some of us are in different area. Well, all of us live in the same like DFW type area, but I know for the people who lived out in like West Texas or East Texas, they got hit a little bit harder than we did, or they got hit more or less. But how hard does your individual town get hit?
So for me, I live in the Colony/Louisville area. It's really awkward because I have the Louisville address, but the Colony zip code. So I'm like in both. But my area, I was very lucky. The only thing that happened to us is we lost our like hot water, but we were able to keep our electricity. So that was super nice. But I know lots of people, even my neighbors, were losing electricity and their hot water. And then we recently got put under the boil water notice. And I'm pretty sure that's supposed to end today. It's supposed to be 72 hours. So hopefully they will make an announcement today. But I know that there were definitely some people in my area that got it really bad, had a lot of pipes bursting. But luckily, we did have a few churches and a few event centers that were able to open their doors to those that were in need. And I know that was a big help to a lot of people. So grateful to those people and praying for anyone that is still having to overcome those issues that they faced with the winter storm.
My town, I live in Flower Mound, and we had rolling blackouts. I know some parts of Flower Mound, they had the electricity on the entire time. And there's actually a street in my neighborhood, they lost power for, I think, 3 days. It was freezing. We had rolling blackouts. It was every 30 minutes. It was kind of funny. We like try to do all of our chores within the 30 minutes, like washing our dishes, doing our laundry, vacuuming. And we're like, oh my gosh, let's hurry. And like taking hot showers. You don't realize how fortunate you are to have electricity until it goes out. And I'm very fortunate. I will never take advantage of it again.
Yeah, that was the same with us. I live in Denton and we had rolling blackouts as well. Ours were a little bit longer than yours, I think, Lauren. We
Mm-hmm.
had like an hour with power and then an hour and a half without power
Okay.
and then an hour with power. But I mean, it's just you don't realize I just know that I didn't realize how much yes, like you said, take advantage of things until like you're
Exactly.
without
Yeah.
heat, you're without power, you're
Yeah.
sitting in the dark. I didn't realize how much I needed flashlights. But we were also under the boil water notice as well.
Mhm.
But I completely forgot. Oh, as you said, like some places did have power and some places didn't. What we found out was because I have an aunt who lives in like the Dallas area and she had power the entire time, but someone who lived down the street from her did not have power. If you live near a fire station or a hospital or a
Mhm.
nursing home, they had to keep the power on. So she lives down the
Yeah.
street from a fire station. So she had power the entire week. Like none of her power went out, her water was fine. So if you live next to one of these emergency services places, you had power the entire time.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
One more thing before we move on, going off of what both of y'all said, of taking advantage of some of the stuff that we just feel like is just kind of normal in our everyday lives. Um, Being able to take a hot shower, I will never take that
So
advantage
nice.
again because
Yeah.
I was like dying. I felt so disgusting. I was like, I need to wash my hair. I am not getting in a cold shower when it's like 2 degrees outside. I'm not doing it.
Mhm.
So when our heat came back on for our water, it was a good day.
That was us. That was us with like brushing our teeth under the
Yeah.
boil water notice. We were like, we have to
And
use bottled
yeah,
water.
I've
Like
been
this is
using bottled water to
terrible.
brush my teeth. It's crazy.
So on to our next question. What did you guys do for Valentine's Day?
I'll go
uh,
first.
okay.
So for me, my dad, he's so cute. He always gets us like a stuffed animal and like a little chocolate. The chocolate hearts that everyone gets. He gets us, me and my little sister, that, and then he always goes all out for my mom. And so Kendra Scott is like my mom's like favorite thing. And he says that Kendra Scott has replaced like what you would have used to give like flowers or whatever. Like he gets her Kendra Scott instead. So we have quite a collection of Kendra Scott. So he actually got us some this year. So that was awesome. And then my boyfriend, he was able to come over even through the rain and snow or whatever and give me some flowers and a cute little card. So it was fun getting to spend the day with my family and him. So that was nice for sure.
Oh.
I know that for me and Lauren, we had the fashion show for Texas Cares for Children. So we drove back Saturday night when we were supposed to leave Sunday. Yes, we drove back Saturday night at like 11. We didn't get home till like 2 a.m. So Valentine's Day, I slept in because we did not get home till 2 a.m. So I slept in on Valentine's Day.
Oh, yeah.
But no, our power went out that night, Sunday night, I think. So we watched movies Sunday like morning, and then my mom and my dad both got us like cute little gifts. I got like chocolates, and one of my other friends dropped off a bag in the snow, dropped off a gift for me. So I got gifts for my friends. But yeah, I had a low-key little Valentine's Day.
Cute.
Super fun.
For me, we came back from Houston, and like Jessica said, it was really early in the morning, 2:00. I was sleeping the entire car ride. My mom was kind of mad at me, but it was so tiring after the fashion show. We in Houston, they had some Filipino restaurants and some bakeries, so we took back some Filipino treats, super good. Some taro bread, it's amazing. I was biting on that the entire Valentine's Day. It was just amazing. And then some self-care, watching movies, face masks.
For sure. Can never go wrong. Love self-care. People watching, self-care is key.
Yes.
I believe that's all for that question. Anyone else? All right, perfect. So my question is, what did you have to do during the winter storm that was not something that you normally would do, or that was something you had to adapt to, something that was just crazy, weird, not used to doing?
Well, I'm a native Texan and we don't get a lot of snow. So playing in the snow was a must do. We went sledding on these container lids, super fun. Trying to make snowballs, but the snow was too powdery. Didn't really build. But something like with the power going out, lots of candles, flashlights, scurrying to take a shower, power going out. It was pretty fun.
So for me, my mom is from the north, so she's from Illinois, so she knows how to deal with all of this.
Yeah.
Us Texas people don't. So my mom, I have a list of things that her little tips and tricks that she came up with. So for one, when the power went out, we put all of our blankets and all of our hoodies in the dryer right when the power came back on, so that when it went on again, we'd have warm blankets. And for the boiling water, we took towels and we put it in the hot water, and then we put them in bags. So we kind of have like heating pads, I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But they were like makeshift heating pads, like you said, candles and flashlights. And a problem we had, I was actually on FaceTime with Laurel when this was happening. Our smoke alarms and our carbon monoxide detectors kept going off. We did not know why they were going off, but once the cold weather hit, they just would not stop going off for absolutely no reason. So we had to call the fire department. And apparently our carbon monoxide detectors are expired. So when we moved into this house, I guess we didn't check them. Like, we knew they worked because they had gone off, like we tested them, but we didn't test like the carbon monoxide because those have different beeps than the smoke alarm does. So it sounds different, but we knew it wasn't the regular smoke alarm sound. So we called the fire department and they come and check them, and they're like, these are over 10 years old. So we had to go to Home Depot in the snow the next morning and buy new smoke alarms. So there's that. We had to buy our gas stations, the power went out, so we had no gas. So we had to go run out and find food and stuff. And that's when I came across this milk. It's Simple Truth Cultured Low-Fat Kefir Plain Milk. And my mom Googled it because it was, not to say it was disgusting, but it was kind of gross. And it's the consistency of it isn't like milk. Apparently it's like watered down yogurt, but it's called milk. So like if you pour it out, it's like thick. Anyways, my new thing I tried that I know I will never try again is kefir milk.
Fun.
Yes.
For me, I've actually been dog sitting the past few days. So
Oh.
not being able to drive myself was kind of weird. I drive a Mustang, so driving through snow and ice was not really an option in my car. So I had to have my dad drive me everywhere in his truck. So that was something that I also realized I was taking for granted, being able to drive when I needed to do something or get something done. Because it's kind of going back to like before I had my license, having to ask, like, can you please take me here? Like all this stuff, you know? And then also having to like take a shower at a friend's house. That was something kind of weird, not normal. I'd be like, can I just like, come take a warm shower? Because it was so random how some people had electricity, some people had hot water, some people didn't have both, like just so random on how that ended up working out. And then like Lauren said, playing in the snow, I made myself venture out one day for about 30 minutes. I had like 3 pairs of leggings, some joggers, like 4 shirts and hoodies and big jackets, 3 pairs of socks, as extra as you can get. That's how I was. But hey, I was not cold. I was jumping in the snow, like cannonballing into the snow. I was kind of stupid and tried to walk, because I have a pool, tried to walk on ice and my foot fell in, but it's okay. It was just my foot.
Oh
It was just
my
my foot.
gosh.
It's okay, guys.
Yeah,
But I lived from
that's
that.
good. Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. It was a different experience. I definitely would say I like being warm. I'm not a day or two, it's pretty, it's fun. After that, thank you. Next, let's move on. I definitely am not made for the snow, but yeah, I'm a Texas girl at heart. I want my warm summer. That's where I definitely want to be. So, yeah. Anyone else? Anything to add?
I
Jessica.
didn't realize that. I know I was muted. One thing I also wanted to add is I did, because I had no power, my cell service was kind of like odd,
Mhm.
So I spent a lot of my time playing games on my phone,
Fun.
and I read a whole book.
Nice.
Which I know, I was like, go me. But I did a lot of stuff that I wouldn't regularly do if I had power. Like normally I'd sit on social media, which is what most people would do if they were just bored. I'd sit on TikTok or something, or I'd watch Netflix, but I couldn't really do that when I didn't have power. So yeah, I read a book. I played some games that have been sitting on my phone for like months that I've never touched. But yeah.
Yeah, another thing, I was kind of good family bonding time. We were able to play some games. I learned how to play dominoes. That I didn't know how to play that, learned how to play that. So that was something fun that I learned during this time. But yeah, it was a learning experience for sure. That's what we could call this. Okay, well, I think that is all for today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and listening with us. If you have any fun stories about your winter storm that you experienced, or any not so fun stories that you would like to share with us, make sure you comment those down below. And make sure to check out all of our Girl Edition Show social media. It's at Girl Edition Show for when our next episode will be posted. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.